ChangeMaker20 Summit. A warm welcome to all present here today for the ChangeMaker20 Summit, where visionaries and change agents unite to catalyze global transformation. Through collaboration and innovation, we embark on a journey to address challenges, inspire action, and forge a path to a brighter tomorrow. Together, we shape the future we aspire to see. Distinguished guests and esteemed participants, I am Anupma Thakur, and with great pleasure, I introduce you to our esteemed speaker, H.R. Jayaram, a renowned lawyer turned organic farmer and eco-social entrepreneur, is a prominent advocate for organic and sustainable living practices. With a 25-year journey in organic farming, he champions the ethos of environmentally conscious living. Founding the Green Path stands as a testament to his vision, housing India's premier certified organic food store in 2007, pioneering an eco-hotel in 2008, and establishing India's largest organic destination in Bangalore City in 2016. A stalwart leader and visionary, Jayaram spearheads the drive for truly organic. He is the founder secretary of Karnataka Organic Federation, a member of the global organic body called IFOAM, and a key director of ICCOA, ECOA, an organization dedicated to promoting organic farming in India. Jayaram's transformative work has garnered international acclaim, making him a revered resource in conferences and programs. His philosophy emphasizes that organic embodies not only chemical-free practices but also encapsulates peace and love. Over to you, Jayaram.
Yeah, namaste to all of you. It's very interesting that this summit is talking more about this sustainability and farming, and this is need of the hour, in fact. And what I am sharing today is not just bookish knowledge. I want to share my experience, my childhood to till today. So I want to brief about my birth little bit. I was born in the hamlet when Karnataka and Tamil Nadu border. It's about 64, 65 years back. I don't know exact date of birth. And my experience of those days is very, very different than what we are doing today. My village was not having electricity connection, no road, no buses, no school, no hospital. But one thing is sure that we had a wonderful life and very sustainable life. And everything was generated in the village. For example, I tell those days, how soap is coming. We used to grow soap net and use it. And milk was coming. And we were not having rice at all. Rice was a luxury for us. And my first bite, my mother fed me is ragi. That's the millet is the number one, the babies that were feeding, no cerelac, no other baby food, and all generated in the village itself. And one more interesting thing, we never selling, any farmer was not selling any seeds. The seeds were exchanged and no chemicals. The entire village, the entire region was organic. We were depending, with inputs from our village only. So that experience, my childhood experience, is really, that made big difference in my life. If I had born in a city or some other place, I would not have been, what I am today. So this is very interesting. Those days, what Gandhi speaks about sustainable village, that was the beautiful example. Even today also, my village is a national forest, and not many use chemicals. And the whole village is sustainable. Of course, many changes have happened, but still it is an example where people are living with all slow living. You are talking about the slow food, slow living, and the best healthy food, millets. They are all using today also in those part in part of our villages. So this experience made me to understand. And I were not having any good farm. My parents were not so much rich. So once I came to Bangalore, I became a lawyer. So my childhood dream was to make agriculture farming. So that's the journey started. So I want to share my experiences about organic and millets. How we know the food sustainability is required for this world. How the present agriculture system is under collapse unless we interfere, unless organic, come into a big practice, we are having big challenges. Today's word, two major things: the pollution in the agriculture and pollution in the food what we are consuming. So these things we have to be addressed, and I want to share, many facts and figures as well as my experiences in this field. Villagers were not, they were not interested to use, this chemical, whatever fertilizers were given to the farmers. The agriculture officers, they were struggling to make them to use, because the farmers were knowing that the chemical what, they are going to use is going to affect them. But somehow slowly there is lots of persuasion from the government officials, and also from the whole administrative body, other people. So they started using chemical, and right now what happened after that change, the people are accustomed to this kind of, indiscriminate use of chemicals, and the organic was actually was forgotten. This is one important aspect that happened in the last, 6 decades. Now later what happened now this present situation of, use of chemicals caused, lots of destruction to the soil. For example, Indian organic carbon content in Indian soil was more than 3.5% during the 1970. Today it has come to zero point 0.3 level. So carbon content in the soil is totally gone, and as such, fertility of the soil has also gone down. So production is not there, and monocrop system, that's also damaging the whole system of agriculture. Like we are growing only monocrop like rice, wheat, or some other crop. So this biodiversity and, multiple crop system is also disappeared. So these things are now resulting in less production. Cost of production is increased, and, the products what we are getting from the farm is all, more poisonous and more laced with chemical residues because of the use of this chemical this thing. So of late, from last, I think, about 15 years now this even scientists have understood that this kind of agriculture system is not, in any way contributing better things to the world. So now worldwide, this organic farming is advocated. So I want to share about, all these facts through this PPT. Today's topic, exploring millet magic, nourishing health, cultivating sustainability. Very interesting topic. So the sentences themselves, that they are very different. The words, the millet is magic indeed in many ways. And see how it is magic is that number one, it takes care of our health and also takes care of the soil and takes care of the entire ecosystem. It's very interesting this crop, because see we humans, see what all you are consuming, we are doing it, without any kind of application of mind, and without, consciously understanding how it is our food is coming. That's the really, very the sad thing happening in the world now. Not many people understanding how their food is coming, what they are eating, how this all coming into our plates. Nobody understanding, and food is given the least preference. That's why today we are finding lots of ecological issues, health issues, and, yeah, climate changes. All these things happening because of the way the food is grown. Agriculture is really doing lots of pollution. It's not that agriculture is, now is not polluting more than less than industry or other sectors. Agriculture is also most polluting industry now. So these aspects can be addressed, these present problems, through these magical millets. So I would like to explain scientifically how it is, all proven things, how it is, better for the world, this kind of millet food and millet crops. I will explain one by one. Next, I am making three parts of this, my presentation today. One is that, how millets is sustainable. I want to explain, how this, proven things that millet is sustainable, and I want to share my own story. What are we doing about organic and millets from last 25 years, 2.5 decades, since we are one of the key players in the organic and, millet sector in the India, both as entrepreneurship and also activism, and also what we are looking forward, what word has to looking forward. Those things I'm going to explain in brief. Thank you. Next slide. Please move on. Hello. Yeah, this is, see, the major thing is that in the millet, the composition of millet, nutritional composition. This is very important to understand how millet is different from the rice and wheat, because now world is consuming rice and wheat only. So how millets are different? So this table gives the major thing in millet is that millet in millet you can't take out the millet the peel or the skin of the millet, and it's very minor very minor grain, so which has to be consumed in whole. So in the rice and wheat, what happened in the industry, factory food, they remove all the nutrients but peeling out all these things. Actually rice is not brown, but they made it white. Sorry, rice is not white, they made it as white. And the whole eating of rice and wheat, they are only provide more of the carbohydrates and less of other things. So this is causing major problem for our health and body. So millet nutrients, they not only contain carbohydrate, but also quite amount of protein, as well as many micronutrients which are all available. And this is a table, when anybody can see it, understand. I don't require to explain each and everything. It's got so many things, having in its actually nutritional benefits. Next. This is about the how millet is better than carbohydrate, better than the rice and wheat and other food. And when you consume the millet, the major thing what's happening is that the millets, releasing the energy very slowly. So this glycemic index of the millet always is lesser than wheat and rice or any other product. So millet, never allows, our body metabolism to go at a faster rate and also increase the blood sugar level. That's why when we eat millet, we eat less millet, our energy stays for everything. It doesn't, affect the metabolic system. This is the most interesting thing. That's why what happens, when the people eat millet, they don't feel, very exhausted, or they don't drain out the energy very fast. So this is most important. The body, that body gets energy very balanced way. This is most important, aspects of the millet. Next slide, please. Yeah. So facts and figures about the millet, the miracle millets, how they are, actually millets, one in fact is that they are the first grain of the humans, and they are the future grains of the humans. This we have to understand very well. The rice, wheat, other things, other food, everything has grain come of late. But in the take civilization, every country in the world, every region in the world, they are having millets, different varieties of millets. There's no difference between East and West, or some of the Asian countries, some other countries. Every country has their own sets of millets, That's it. So, see, the millets, how they are helpful. Millets are helpful for the planet. How it is they are helpful to the planet? Because number one thing is that they don't get any diseases. When the millets are grown, no disease will come to the crop, and they don't require much fertilizers. This is very important. You see, take any millet, ragi, foxtail, or kodo millet, whatever it is, they don't get any disease, and within 90 days to 120 days, the millet is grown with very less water. All the millets are grown in dry land. This is most important. You see, the paddy and the wheat, how it is grown. There are lots of carbon emission, and lots of water is required. The millet requires less water, and some of the millets grow in the dew, in the November, December dew only. They the moisture only they grow. So this millet doesn't require any much fertilizers, much any pesticide, and they don't require any kind of more water. You understand this? How nice millet can be grown without any kind of external inputs. We require only less inputs for the millets. So we don't depend on bringing anything from factory, from industries. Nothing is required. This is one thing. And moreover, the fiber of the millet fixes into the soil, and the soil gets more enrichment. The carbon enrichment in the soil is most important factor. Now, instead, now what happening in the now the chemical agriculture farming is that soil drains out all the carbon, because no carbon is added, and all the fertilizers, chemical things are added, and whole biosystem, microbes, the whole moisture system, everything collapses, slowly, gradually in the chemical agriculture. But millet, they make magic, they make difference, they make soil fertility more with less inputs. This is one thing. Number two, good for farmer. See, farmer know what's happening farming. Farmers now all over the world, they are depending on the factory chemicals, factory this thing, and they need water to grow other crops. But millet, they don't require any input, and they have to only 3-4 months they have to take care with less water, and they get a best product actually. So that that cost of the cultivation comes down, and farmers' land is also improved, and the burden on the agricultural system is very, very less. So then consumer. So as I told, consumer, the millet is the most healthiest food. Most healthiest. I can watch it because I am living with millet. I'm 60 plus now. I don't have any problem. I born with the millets. Millets, they don't, cause any kind of, lifestyle diseases for you. That is the major benefit. And one more thing is that millet, see, when our gut, which is the second brain, also called as the second brain, the millet fibrous, that makes difference in our whole body. It's not only giving very good energy, but it gives fiber to the body, so that whole system, whole system of the body, whole, this thing. Eating. And one more thing is that millet can be used in many, many ways. People think that millet has to be eaten ragi ball or roti or something like that. There is limitation for rice and wheat, but there is no limitation for millet. Millet can be, we can do anything. We can do, beverages, we can give drinks, and we can do, many, many desserts. And we have experienced it, we experimented, I've done many things. And millet also can be used as making alcohol. Not many people know this about this. I went to China. There is a factory in China, woman has done, and she is producing the best, healthy alcohol. I don't advocate drinking alcohol, but I'm telling you about possibilities of the millets. So millet can address all our food issues, all our planet issues, all our agriculture issues. This is not anything like exaggerated. It's not like that. This is a truthful research done by many universities, many this thing, and our experience of many many places all over the world. So that's why this millet has come back, is coming back slowly into our ecosystem, into our agriculture system. Next. I don't want to explain about how much extent and all. Still, the millet growing is very less. We have to increase this millet growing, because the people consuming millets are not not much. It's slowly improving. It's slowly improving. That's why the cultivation has to be improved. You just don't depend on wheat and rice. Yes. So this is agriculture trend, and I put the nice all the varieties of millet pictures here. You can go through that, and the wonderful crop and the wonderful, beautiful. Not only that, each crop is has got its own beautiful artistic way. The millets are emerge from the plant. Very nice. Foxtail millets like foxtail. Ragi finger millet like a finger. Very, very nice, very interesting. Because I was born with the millet. I was cultivating millet from childhood, and it's very interesting. And in our village, used to grow millet with so many other crops. So many other crops. It's possible to do multi-crop system. We used to grow dal, used to grow castor oil, used to grow chilies, used to grow many, many things. We can do that, always biodiversity. Whatever you require to the home, whatever you require to the for kitchen, we can all grow with millets with multi-crop system. Actually, that is disappearing. That we can incorporate into this agriculture system. Then the whole villagers, farmers, whatever they want to get cook at home, they're going to get, including the oil, including all corns and the dal, pulses. Many things, many things we can grow actually. They are the very useful, for the multi-crop system. Yes, next slide, please. Excuse me. Yeah. So current agriculture crisis, everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. Now Tamil Nadu is, talking in Karnataka. There is a big fight between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka because the water is not released to the Kaveri river. Because Tamil Nadu is growing more of the paddy only. They grow full in entire area paddy, and Karnataka also some part they are growing paddy. So that soil and water degradation it's happening because of the chemical agriculture and also because of the soil erosion and using the lots of water to the agricultural fields. So that is causing. Suppose now Tamil Nadu or Karnataka decides we don't grow much paddy, will grow rice, millets. You can grow 3 crops of millets whole year and it will be sufficient to the whole South India or India, whatever it is. We can produce lots of millets. Actually, the government intervention, the awareness to the farmers is need of the hour. If you change this pattern of cultivating, the crops, the whole thing will change. We don't require pesticides actually in growing the millets. We don't require water. You see the magic because they are the God's own food. In fact, I want to say God's own food. It's not that something like factory, coming from factory. They have got wonderful adaptation. Wonderful, they starve in the rain without rain, but once one rain falls comes, they bloom like anything. I have observed this from the childhood, and food quality decline. The next, yes, see the residue in the food system in the whole world is very very bad. Number one, while growing the crop, we put lots of chemicals. The second stage, not many people don't understand that the whole food is processed in the factory now available is totally laced with all artificial chemicals, flavors, whatnot. So many things, so many debate. Now they think about, they talk about refined oil. Refined oil is carcinogenic because, your whole mutation happens in the seed. And sugar is so bad, processed, so much chemical used. And, so many, every product available in the market today, even home cooked food also, is the quality is very, very less. That's the reason why we are getting lots of lifestyle diseases and cancer is increasing day by day because of not anything. The food system, ecosystem, what we are putting into the gut is most important. And most of the food, including milk, is coming from the factory process now. This is very sad part of civilization, and it has to be reversed. And if you want to reverse this, want to go back to the organic and the millet cultivation, and use less, kind of processing system, less chemical, less, the poisonous, all the, whatever, pesticides, other things are putting into the soil now. Next, please. Yeah. The case for mighty millets. These are ancient grains. As I told, millets are the first grain and the future food actually. World cannot survive, I'm telling, if this is rate going on without millet, They can't really survive because the degradation is so much now. The soil needs, organic farming, and soil needs a better crop cultivation, and that is going to be the future. So this millet, now what you are doing, see food security. Now food security, how it is possible? See, when you are consuming rice and wheat, that much is not enough for our body, and also you have to produce so much. But millet can be used, you don't require much to eat millet because it's most fibrous, more nutrition. The quantity of millet eating also very, very less. This has to be understood by all scientists as well as the policy makers. Millet, you can't consume in like grams, under 200, 500, 300 grams, like how you are eating rice. So this aspect, what happens, the millets are mighty. Millets, they are mighty definitely because they are going to change, if they are using regularly, produce more, they are going to change whole, ecosystem as well as the health system, and as well as the human suffering, from all these kind of, lifestyle diseases. And they are medicine. Millets are medicine. See, it is already, it's a great, wisdom that, and great, wisdom is told by the sentence that food is medicine. Definitely, I think when food is medicine, I will watch. Millet is the number one aspect, number one grain. If you want to make food is medicine, it's start from millets. Of course, there are other things like vegetable, fruits, leafy vegetables. Other things, nuts, other things. So many things are there, but everything starts with millets. I'm sure about it because the baby food. What we are giving to the children, baby. My mother giving me only ragi. The paste. She's making ragi. Sari. That is the kind word we're using in our village with the ghee, local ghee and ragi paste. We started our food. So that is the best food available. Because you need all this whatever brands that are spreading baby food, they are all carcinogenic. They use artificial things, and they are over processed. That's not at all good for our body and ecosystem. Next, please. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yeah. So the millets. See what we are doing. Millets. What we are talking about millets. They are ecologically very helpful, and health-wise they are very helpful. It's very good for the planet and very good for the farmers, very good for the consumer. Why can't you understand this? So, see, what we are doing, from Green Path, I'm working from last, doing agriculture, organic agriculture for last 25 years. I started, though I have understood, experienced my childhood, seriously I'm practicing. I'm the second generation organic farmer. And when I understood this, about the importance of organic farming, those days, 25 years back, no state policy in the entire India, no state policy was there. Nobody was talking about organic, and government was not promoting, and there is no scientific research anywhere in any of the universities in the syllabus or any practices, no package of practices. Those days, there were some people were laughing at us. What you are talking about organic, how it is going to helpful? But today, the different story. The different story is happening now. Now, millet has come to the mainstream now. So I want to share how it has happened. 25 years, very interesting story. See, when I started farming, that was happening, and we in the year 2004 we started an organization called Jaivic Society, and then we all connected to the government, and Karnataka is the first state in India to make a 2004 policy in the government recognizing organic as the organic the organic has to be promoted. So they created a policy. They allowed government universities to start working on organic and also funding little bit. Of course, the funding what is done now, what is they're doing compared to the chemical is nothing even today, because there's a big lobby. I don't want to talk about that. Why chemical industries are funded? Why chemical fertilizers funded? Why organic is not promoted? That's a different story. I'm talking about irrespective of any government, anything. There is a big lobby happening that I want to express this. Actually, you have to shift over to the organic means all these things will change. That's a different aspect. So what we have done, when we started the policy, then in 2007, I went to Germany. I understood that, how farmers are working for the organic. I understood how BioVitals Group, farmers opening stores. In Western countries, lots of organic was happening those days. I went to an exhibition called BioFact. And there I met many people from all over the world. That inspired me to do something in India also, because everybody was talking about organic, but though nothing was available in the market. So we started, Jaivic Society was small shop along with the government in Lalbagh in government. It's a very botanical garden in a very beautiful place in Bangalore. Later in 2007, myself started an organic food store in the name of Green Path. And that is India's first certified organic food store. Those years certification was difficult. People are questioning how organic, has to be certified. How it is authentication, everything. So we started our store in 2007. Then, I understood how hotels are important. Then I had a place in fact, I bought a place to stay. I was not having a house also to stay, but I started the store in my place where I wanted to start living. That's okay. That's a different story. Then 2008, we started a co-hotel where I am sitting now addressing to this webinar, addressing this PPT I am doing. So then, because, we can give experience to the people. They can come and understand how organic is very different. So, and we did lots of activities, awareness program to this and in our places. like we green tea evening, bringing people, celebrating Earth Day celebration, Environment Day. We started our initiatives on World Earth Day as well as Environment Day, and did lots of programs, with other organizations, with connecting different people, connecting the government. So slowly this movement picked up, actually. So then, I started, India's largest organic space in 2016, and I'm very proud to say that we called our restaurant as Forgotten Food. And why? What is forgotten food? We've done everything, all the recipes mostly prepared from millets. Almost everything from roti to soup to ice cream, desserts, whatnot. Today also we are doing. It's a benchmark, place we have created where lots of people started coming, they understanding, and in fact. So, and last 3 years, and we started retreat in Coorg. That's all different responsible tourism. And my farm, it's 40 acres, I'm growing food forest. There is no water shortage at all because we don't use any water. We don't flow land. Every day we get some product from our farm. So this is very beautiful setup, actually. You can see the picture of, the desserts, millet, drinks. We did pizza, we did, noodle, everything. See, there is no wrong in pizza, there is no wrong in bread. But how they are prepared is most important. Whether you're using processed food, whether you're using chemicals, whether using, the artificial sweeteners, artificial flavor. So these things, without these things, using the basic millet, and without using, using cold pressed oil, Himalayan salt, jaggery instead of sugar, and no chemicals used in all the preparation, that makes a big difference. And very tasty, very healthy. It's not question of, the millet should be used as a medicine. Millet food is always tasty. We can see our restaurant, today, is getting, 4 in all platform is 4.4, 4.5, and lots of people, come and write very, very beautiful, reviews, and they recommend us. The parties are happening, even the from marriages to all functions, birthdays, children are coming, and it's an ecosystem. Recently, last week, we did an organic Sante, where, we have music, culture, so many things we did. So it's a new revolution is happening now. New thing happening to the people. People are understanding millets. So I want to talk about International Millet Year, this very interesting thing, how it has happened. Actually, it is a story. And, we started in Bangalore through Karnataka government, and this International Millet Years, millet trade fairs, international organic and millet trade fairs for 4 years continuously we did. Then the previous agriculture minister was very, very supportive, and we organizations, with our Javic Society, other farmers network, it is actually very big events happened. Then, we recommended, this should be international millet has to go to the mainstream, and Indian, government also recognized, and Indian Parliament recognized, their resolution passed. Very nice thing happened. Now millets has gone to the universe. This is all started from the Karnataka. I mean, very proud of it. The Bangalore is the capital of Indian organic movement. I'm very happy to say, because Bangalore has got highest organic shops, and Karnataka also having lots of committed organic farmers like late Narayan Reddy. They were all first generation. Then later we have come. I'm very happy that I'm the first generation entrepreneur in this. 25 years back, nobody was talking organic. We started. We created many ecosystem. We created many network, and popularized organic and millet to the society, mainstream society. Yes, next please. So these things, this experience and our farm and our places attracted people from all over the world, university students, woofers, and all over the world people, scientists, students, and common people are really coming, and understanding, exploring. It's really a celebration of right food, good food, and celebration of ecology, a celebration of life with right way, right path of living. And what is the thing, as what way forward is there. I'm telling it's not about green path, but now I feel that government should take up this, all governments all over the world, they take up this organic and ecological movement and millet movement, so that they can feed the population with right food, and also they can set up a very nice green agriculture, and make our farms, our fields very fertile without any chemicals. And another important thing is that the cost of cultivation will go down once all the inputs are generated inside the farm. This is most important. I do farming in our farm. I don't get anything from outside except we're paying money to my workers, the farm workers, and we pay them very good salary. We give them house to stay. We give them all vegetables, everything, because all generated inside. See, we don't require much water. We don't require much inputs. Our carbon content in my soil is more than 4% today. We are assessing every year. That's the beautiful, organic farming. Always production goes up. Always, fertility goes up. So this has to be understood by the government, all governments, all over state governments, central government, even the governments of other state organizations. Everybody has to support, this movement. So what I'm feeling is that, see, I'm talking about all these things, the legacy. See, by birth, I've understood what is organic. And, the 1998, I started the farming. And 2007, I started the India's first certified organic food store. We created a standard benchmark for selling organic products, that is IMO certified, food store. And, we packed in a different way. And we brought this movement to the mainstream slowly, as we understood, made big network. So it's all, very nice thing happened. Then our eco water, and also this about our forest bath. This forest bath is very important now. It's a responsible tourism, what we are practicing. And now many of the diseases can happen, stop, and many of the rejuvenation things happen to the humans by practicing this forest bath. That is, be with the nature. Be with the nature, don't abuse your body, your mind, and, go with the nature, and that definitely heals you. This is most important. And, now we're also running this, India's largest organic space in Bangalore. I'm very proud. This place is attracting week by week, so many people, and all luminaries also coming to our place. Experts are coming, celebrities are coming, students are coming. It's like a, web of, the whole ecosystem where they are coming, understanding the future is organic, the future is millet. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Excuse me. Yeah. So this is what, everything I already told. See, we are selling millets, how we are doing organic farming, millets, millet conscious consumption. Conscious consumption is most important. We should understand where our food is coming, how our food is working on us, and how our money spending on food is going to the farmers. That's why we are advocating use local food, use seasonal food. We don't use any apple in our kitchen, in our restaurant, because we calculate carbon emission for the food mileage. It's called the local food movement. The millet is always grown in locally. We don't use anything from outside. This also makes difference about carbon emission. And also agri-tourism, what we are doing. I'm talking that the farmers places should become tourism center. See, in our farm is attracting every day so many people. Week by week, month by month, we are getting after corona. Many students, people, and these elders, all coming to our farm, including scientists, and also universities from different world. They are coming and visiting our farm and learning. And I'm happy that sharing our knowledge. Our farm is always open. Our kitchen is open. People are coming and cooking with us. There are lots of volunteers working with us. So this whole thing is that spreading this the values of sustainable living, values of organic food, values of good food, that we are doing. So all these things explain this roadmap, what we are doing. Next slide, please. Yeah. So this is about so see what I am thinking of today. See, I've done work from last 25 years, and that I'm sharing, doing lots of things, invested money. I mean, we are not supported by any government NGO. It's all our hard-earned money. I've invested here, and we are generating funds, trying to generate from ourselves instead of getting any funding from outside agencies. So, but now I am sitting with a vision. The organic and millets has to reach the common people. We have to reach urban plates. The millets organic are eating, of course, the villages still are eating better food than urbans. So now the urban people, they don't understand where they are. They don't grow food. They think that they pay money that will come through all this to their home anyway they're coming, but the awareness is very less. So our vision today is to reach these millets and organic food and healthy food, and also create awareness to the masses. The millet organic prices has to come down, and more production has to happen, and most of the farmers to start growing, automatically the price will come down. Of course, the price issue is because of the transportation of the products from one place to another. If it is available locally, like within 10, 15, 20 kilometers, it's very easy. Some products we have to bring. My farm, I have to go 30 kilometers bring every day. So expenses are there. So as people as more farmers getting into organic system of agriculture, the organic has to reach the mainstream population. That's our dream. We are sitting with that, and we are doing already started selling, millet products, and organic products at an affordable price, lesser than market price, because they come and pick up, without packaging. The loose products, we are kept in like a sandy, and people are coming, they are picking up. That's our vision. We are every weekend we are going to do. Along with that, we are talk to them, awareness program, music, culture, dance, whatnot. Because the life is always there with food and culture. Food is not just eating. Food is a culture. Food is connected to our ecosystem. Food is connected to our all our memories. Food is the only thing which definitely connects humans more than anything else. So it's not that just eating food, eating food with all celebration. So we are planning these kind of activities, and we are getting classes. We are getting students to our places, and telling them to informing them how the millets organic is the need of the hour. So that's making a big difference. There is awareness of right now. So these things we are taking, and we are also going to start some culinary experiences, educational engagements. We are going to start, diploma courses for sustainable living, and all those things. Thank you. Anything? Next slide, please. Yeah, these are the pictures. Our Green Path retail store, Green Path restaurant, very beautiful restaurant. And this is Bangladesh team. They stayed in with us for this thing. This is how we are growing this thing. This is recent Sandy, where we are doing, dosas, dosa millet dosa on a mud plate. Very tasty, very healthy. We are giving, this mud pots, mud plates, instead of using, other, aluminum, other things which are not, helpful to the, our, in any way helpful to the health and cooking this thing, healthy cooking. Next please, last slides. Thank you. Yeah, this is our what we have grown, and this is a farm where recently about 365 children came there, and they are sitting in our amphitheater. Next to that, we got a beautiful water body. So we are teaching people, students, how they are able to understand nature is great, nature is better. This is the organic cloth in the recent this thing. See, sustainability, not only food, sustainability, what we wear, sustainability is what we do every day. So these things we are doing. Thank you very much. I think, I have spoken more, and I've used, more time, and, because, this is need of the hour. And thank you for the organizers. Actually, these, values, this, information, this awareness should reach mass, reach young people, reach children, and reach policymakers. This is, I can give hundreds of reasons why organic and millets are in need of the hour. So thank you. This is the nice, thank you for giving an opportunity to share my experiences, share my whatever, we have done all these years in this field. So I think, we want to come back, and we want to welcome all of you to anything, they want to work with us, network with us, and join us in this moment. Thank you very much. Thank you.